everyone! Vroom vroom!
You're watching Established Chernobyl.
Well, that answers your question.
Welcome to Grand Theft Toono 2, everyone. Because today, who are your new character anyway? Hello, everyone. I'm Trevor Angstrom. Wait. So, what's with the familiar things about Trevor? Kiff and Grand Theft Auto? The same name? Correctamundo. Because today, we're gonna take a look every Fast and Furious movie rank. So, let's get started, shall we? Here we go!
Alright, Hobbs. You got the best crew in the world standing right in front of you. Give them a reason to stay.
Hey,
Welcome to Watch
don't
Mojo.
exactly
And today
know.
we're ranking all the Fast and Furious movies.
The Fast and Furious? Looks amazing.
Let's see what you got.
Work together, we can win. You're right. Time to work as a team. You're gonna win. I'm gonna win.
Still got
For this
Fast and
list, we're looking at
Furious
the main
looking.
entries in this
Still got the
high-octane
cars
action
looking now.
franchise, as well as the Hobbs and Shaw spin-off to determine how they all stack up. Warning. As well as the Hobbs and Shaw spin-off to determine how they all stack up. Warning. Spoiler alert. Which one would you say is the best installment? Debate it in the
got the
comments,
best
though.
one
Try not to
now.
get too furious about it. Let's go. Number 10. Too Fast, Too Furious.
I need you to
Too
come to Miami to drive
Fast,
with me.
Too Furious.
If you do,
Still
I'll take
got
up that
the
angry
seriously
number in your entire
looking.
record. I did 3 years in jail. 3 years in jail, Officer Brian.
Aside from having clearly the best title in the whole franchise, Too Fast, Too Furious is probably the film that most fans can agree isn't quite on
that
par
sounds
with
a
the
good
rest.
Fast and
While not
Furious
the worst of sophomore
looking.
slumps, it nevertheless feels stuck somewhere between the street race-heavy approach of the first film and the high-octane action of the later installments. Focusing on Brian O'Connor after his transition from one side of the law to the other, the film is less of an ensemble piece.
Ooh.
However, it does
Keeps
introduce
on that
Tyrese Gibson
other
as
one.
Roman Pierce, whose
That's
buddy
still
cop
gonna
interplay
love
with the
that
late
buddy
Paul Walker
copping
is
looking
priceless.
too.
Yo, Ron, you there, man? Come in. What's up, man? And looks like we got just one more trick left, huh? My pleasure, buddy. Let's do it, baby.
Sure, there are standout moments such as the boat jump scene, but overall, it's not quite as memorable.
So we good, right?
That
The record
sounds
is
a
clean.
good one.
You held up your end.
That's
Number
broken
9,
hit.
The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo, huh?
That's right.
fascinating.
Essentially, the first standalone sequel in the franchise, Tokyo Drift focuses on all-new character Sean Boswell. A high school student, Boswell becomes embroiled in the underground world of drift car racing after relocating to the titular city from the States.
Oh, don't live the city.
However, no fan-favorite characters return aside from a Vin Diesel cameo at the end. We do get a new one in the form of Han, who would return
that's
in multiple
definitely a new
in-betweenquels and in 2021's F9.
F9
Tokyo Drift
is
also
Fast and
features some of
Furious
the best
9.
street racing. As incoming director Justin Lin establishes himself in the franchise, he'd eventually become synonymous with. Though not beloved, this film has become
that's
something of a
definitely
sneaky
hard
pick for
to
franchise
pick.
stalwarts.
I'm asking you to allow us to settle this once and for all. We race.
Number 8, Fast and Furious.
You
6,
sure you want to do this?
5,
A lot has changed.
4,
The simply titled Fast and Furious often gets forgotten among the canon,
That's
but
still
it
got
has
the
to be
Fast and
credited
Furious
as a
looking
serious
up.
stepping stone to getting the franchise to
What's
where it is today.
that?
Specifically
Am
after 2
I
off-road
gonna be a
sequels, we finally saw the
vacation
return
or
of the full crew,
something?
reuniting the primary leads Vin Diesel and Paul Walker. Conversely, it did also factor in the apparent death of Letty Ortiz, and Michelle Rodriguez's
It's all very
absence from the
bloody
rest of the
now.
film is
All
definitely
very
felt.
violent.
Still, we're grateful that she participates in perhaps the best scene in the movie, wherein the crew goes after a fuel tanker.
This is all you, hon. Liquid gold.
All in all, 2009's Fast and Furious feels a little half-baked, but it also seems a bit unfair
That's
to
a
compare
good
it to
Fast
what
and
would
Furious
follow.
can.
At least we know you can't beat me
They
straight up.
barely tried it on.
I didn't know there were any rules.
Number 7. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
No, I'm not working with this guy. I've been there, done that.
Huh.
He gets
Hobbs,
involved. You can kiss
Shaw.
goodbye to any finesse, but
That's
She-Hulk
got a
here
different
only knows
looking.
how to smash.
Yeah, Mr. Arson here only knows how to blow shit up.
The first official franchise spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw focuses on the love-hate, but mostly
Yeah,
hate
but the
partnership of
focus
its title
looking on.
characters. Played by Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham respectively, Hobbs and
That's
Shaw
seriously
earned their
good,
top
yes.
billing. Essentially spawned into existence thanks to the characters' hilarious previous interplay, the movie gets the most out of both the buddy cop and the spy genres.
I'm gonna stay. This is your door.
Oh, no. No backsies. What's the matter? You got a lot of bad guys behind that door?
What's this? One less one.
Oh,
Plot revolves
that's
around
critical
their
hits in
begrudging
my
team up against the
eyes.
cybernetically enhanced baddie Brixton Lore, played deliciously by Idris Elba. While the film does get absurd at times, logic isn't something the franchise is known for.
Oh,
We'll take
hey, look
impossible,
out!
over-the-top
This
set
guy's
pieces
doing
like these any day.
unbelievable.
Hey, thanks for being my sidekick through this whole thing, brother. You were great. What about our sidekick?
Just hold on to your tight thing. Y'all gotta revenge this.
Let's go.
Number 6, The Fate of the Furious.
Oh, you're gonna want to work for me. They're gonna betray your brothers, abandon your code, and shatter your family.
Furious 7 was always going to be a tough act to follow, but F. Gary
that's
Gray
tough-looking
proved up
one.
to the task by continuing to push the envelope with The Fate of the Furious. Finding new dynamics for the team to endure, the film sees the crew pitted against their fearless leader Dominic Toretto, who has gone rogue for reasons
That's
then
amazing
unknown.
on
I
that.
think I know where my team's at.
Where?
Right in front of me.
The whole cast really shines, but before Idris Elba, we have Oscar winner Charlize Theron, chewing the
That's
scenery
good
as the
looking
series'
one.
new unabashed villain. And we
That's
love
still got the
every
villain
minute of
looking
it.
one.
Heck, the movie even brings in another Oscar winner in the form of Dame Helen Mirren. If that's not a sign your franchise is gaining clout, we don't know
Ooh,
what is.
that's definitely
You know
a
who I am?
franchise into my eyes, huh? That's one
You
looking
know what I'm
at.
capable of?
That's why I'm here.
I'll give you until I finish my cuppa.
That's still
Number
definitely
5,
total one.
F9. At 145 minutes,
2021.
F9 became the longest film in the series, yet with so much
Still
time
got the
devoted to
longest
the
looking
interpersonal
one.
history of its lead characters, it also feels one of the most emotionally cathartic.
Still got a lot emotional than that. That's a good hit one.
And mine. Just caught up to me. Been a long time, Dom.
Seeing John Cena enter the fray as Dom's brother Jacob, the proceedings simply get another imposing physical presence to make the action sequences that much more dynamic. Not to mention all the magnet play.
Man, we messing with magnets now?
Hey, that's a good action on my eyes. That's a good one for the action movie.
Man, that's action eyes.
While the resurrection of Han isn't totally seamless, we were just pleased as Punch to see him back in the fold and doing what he does best, driving fast cars.
Nice clubhouse.
F9 is of course just as ridiculous as its predecessors, and
Oh,
we
really,
wouldn't have
course
it
it
any
is.
other way. I mean, this one actually went to space.
Yeah, that does bring on space. That's the reason that you did this.
Number 4, The Fast and the Furious.
So what do you say? Am I worthy?
That's still got a number 4 on that list.
But you're in. Let's go.
It started here. While the franchise has certainly gained a reputation for being bombastic in its action, we still have a lot of respect for the down-to-earth original entry. Taking on the Herculean task of getting us to care about so many characters, The Fast and the Furious manages to tell a compelling story. Something that's occasionally lacking
That's a
from
long
the later
story
entries.
from the numbers 10 to 1. Still counting down on that list.
With an emphasis on street racing and the crime scene of Los Angeles, this first film really makes us feel invested in Brian O'Connor as he infiltrates the crew he'd later come to regard as family. As different as the later entries are, this one firmly established the foundation upon which the whole series was built.
Would it be number one for Fast 5?
Dude, almost had me.
You almost had me. You never had me. You almost had me. You never had me.
Number 3, Fast and Furious 6.
Ready, stood, go.
That's one looking title on that. That's made for sure. Fast and Furious 6 is still got the 6th
Said
film.
that we were leaving the life behind.
Though it's sandwiched between two incredible installments, Fast and Furious 6 is a fantastic film that definitely earns its place on the podium. Before we had family versus family with Dom and Fate of the Furious, we had the crew going up against Letty, who's revealed to not only be alive, but suffering from amnesia.
Never could keep yourself out of trouble either.
That's one looking trouble thing.
What else do you know about me?
In the crew's efforts to get her back with the good guys, we get some truly pulse-pounding fight scenes and
Oh,
set
that's
pieces.
true, huh?
While he'd later be overshadowed by his brother Deckard, Owen Shaw serves as quite the compelling villain in his own right, played to calculating perfection by Luke Evans. In short, Fast and Furious 6 is another solid
that's
ride,
just
firing on all
unbelievable.
cylinders.
How did you know that there would be a car there to break our fall?
I didn't.
That's
Number
one
2,
looking thing.
Fast 5.
Nice steaks.
Oh, Fast
Yeah, well,
5.
the Ritz was sold out.
So what's this all
That's
about?
one looking thing.
Why don't you drag us halfway around the world?
I got still number 2 on the
We got a
list.
job.
The franchise has always had its hardcore fans, but never had it been taken particularly seriously by the general movie-going public. That all changed with Fast 5. Indeed, people were not ready for just how rock-solid this series could get. And we're not just saying that just because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson joined the cast.
I'll see you soon, Toretto.
That's unbelievable.
The movie also introduces a heist element that makes the story feel that much more engaging and fast-paced. It all culminates in wild fashion with the
All
crew
started
dragging a
for a
giant
good
boat
old
through the
race.
streets of Rio de
There's
Janeiro.
no need to
Some
try
immediately
unless
thought
we
of
can
it
do
as a
this.
fluke, but Fast 5 proved that the formula had finally been perfected, and we're still seeing it succeed over a decade later.
This is the happiest I've ever seen my sister.
It's because we're free.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Furious 7.
I know you too well.
Oh, that's a number 1 on this list.
Like we got a nice
Furious 7 is the one of the best Fast
There
and
were more than a
Furious
few things
films
going
ever.
against this movie, but it somehow managed to overcome the obstacles to make for a ride we'll never forget. Director Justin Lin did not return, and James Wan, known for horror movies rather than action, filled in. And yet the action is off the charts, giving it the epic feel the film so rightly deserves.
How do you do this? I can still, darling.
And second, the tragic death of Paul Walker during production forced much of the story to be reworked. Somehow, with the help of Walker's brothers
Man, that
and some
was
incredible
a
visual
long
effects,
time.
his absence becomes one of the film's most touching aspects.
That's
the film
more
gives
than
both Walker
touchable.
and his character
This
Brian
is so
O'Connor the
unbelievable.
beautiful send-off they deserved. Rest in peace, Paul.
Hey, thought you could leave without saying goodbye.
Do you agree with our picks? Check it.
Well, I think that's it for now. Well, see you next time.
Oh, it's over. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Well, that's it, folks. Bye-bye.
Well, that's all, folks. Cookie!
Bye.